This is How Pop Music Works live, and let's talk about Counting Blue Cars by Dishwalla. So we're going to start out in the key of D major, and this of course was a hit that was released in 1995, became a hit in 1996, and is the only hit for Dishwalla, famous one-hit wonder. And Counting Blue Cars is a song just about a 10-year-old boy who's sitting on the porch, and 1 minute he's counting the number of blue cars that go by, and another moment he's asking all these big questions that he would talk to God about if he ever had a chance to meet her, as the song goes. So we're going to talk about the music behind that and the chords and what makes that such an interesting story. So we start out on the 6, this case B minor, and these are the chords for our verse. So do 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 5 do 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 do. So that we just goes from that progression. We go from minor 6, 5, 4, and that's our verse right there. That's everything. The child's shadow stretched out, and this is kind of cool because it sounds all kind of dark and dramatic, or kind of like it's going somewhere, but never in a way that actively pulls to somewhere. Just this 6, 5, 4. We could do that all day and we'd never know when it was going to end or where we were going from there. But we eventually do go somewhere, so that's our verse already. We went through that really quick. Just to go over that, the melody is so mostly the D pentatonic, D major pentatonic with a little C sharp there to acknowledge the A chord. Little move up to the F sharp to give the melody some lift, but also take advantage of that F sharp at the 5th of the B minor chord. And it's a do 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 do, C sharp again, do 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 do. Little cool thing there, we have a little that raised 4th over the G there. And yeah, so melody keeps going and settling around the 6, which is a note that's not too dissonant, but not as settled as the 5th or the tonic in terms of giving us somewhere we want to go. And of course, it's also the 3rd of the 4 chord G. Okay, so that's our verse. 6, 5, 4. So now we're going to go to the chorus. This is the part everybody knows. This is the hook. This is like probably arguably what made it a hit. So we're going to go 1, do, do. And now we're going to go major 2. It's something we've heard in Forget You by CeeLo, Stay With Me by The Faces, few songs I'm not thinking of off the top of my head doing this live. But yeah, it's a great chord progression, because normally you'd expect to hear 1, minor 2, if we were going diatonic, but going 1, and then to this borrowed major 2 chord really gives it this lift. And then we go to 4, our G major again, which gives us a chance to go do 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 do, as that resolved nicely down to that G. And that's, for starters, that's the chorus there. Tell me all your thoughts on God, 'cause I'm on my way to meet her, and ask her why we're who we are. Now, the cool part there, again, that's our chorus progression. That's it right there. 1, 2, 4. It's pretty awesome. But the melody, because the melody goes over 1 here. So right here we go way up higher, so like 3, 5, and then we add like doo doo, and we have this really cool 9 of the chord, which is it's the 3 of the scale, but the 9 of the chord gives it this cool sound over the 2 chord. And now we go to that B again, our 6, but it's over the 4 chord after those 2, so. And then we get another cool thing. We get the F sharp over the G chord, which gives us this kind of implied G major 7 chord. That time we ended on G, on D that is, but even though it's our tonic, it sounds unresolved still, like we still want to go forward because it's over this 4 chord. And that last one we don't go up again, it's just like, and tell me, am I very far? And then the second verse goes, far, am I very far now? Although the first one ends, tell me, am I very far? Then just goes into the verse again. The second one going to the bridge, it goes, tell me, am I very far? Wait, you go. Far, am I very far now? And then the bridge is just the verse chords again. No melody there, just an instrumental. But anyway, so that's the whole song. It's a really cool little hook, you know. It's great. It's a classic. It's that if that's the only thing Dishwalla ever did, it would still be worth remembering. And the really cool part of all this is like almost the whole song is the D major pentatonic scale, again, except those sections in the verse where we have the C sharp added in there. And the thing it does that works really well to take away from it, if you don't take away anything else besides the major 2 chord, because that's pretty awesome. If you don't take away anything else, the idea that there is no dominant resolution in this song. Like, every structural section of this ends on the 4 chord, either going back to the 6 chord or going to 1. And there's never a thing where we have the melody. We never have a 5 chord in a dominant position or as a dominant 7. So there's no. And because of that, it's a song where the momentum can keep going forward until, the end of it is just we're going. And then we just kind of end on some form of a B minor chord on that minor note that we started the song on. Yeah, it's like I said, it's a cool one to learn from. It has a couple of really cool tricks that we can carry forward, and yeah, I don't know. It's one of the great one-hit wonders of the 90s, and just again, like you can resolve the melody to D, you can do that. But you don't have to give the listener the satisfaction of hearing it over the one chord. You can always use something like the 4 or the 6 and use that to pivot to the beginning of the next section or the next verse, the next chorus, or whatever it is. Um, and like I said, this is another one where there is no separate bridge. The bridge is just an instrumental version of the verse chords. Yeah. So one more time, just the 6, 5, 4 is the verses, and then 1. And then really we could even call this a, yeah, we could probably call that a 2/7. Let's even call that a 2/7 over the chorus, and then 4, and then we'd start the loop over again. So 1, corrected now, 2/7, 4. And that's it. So this was the inaugural How Pop Music Works Live. I hope y'all got something out of it. And please check out the main channel at How Pop Music Works if you're so inclined. Like, comment, do all the stuff you'd expect to do. And until next time, take care of yourselves, take care of someone else, and have a good day.